Here's the ingredients you're gonna need. Starting in the back, 1/3 cup sugar, 3 tablespoons melted butter, a teaspoon of salt, 1/2 cup of very well mashed sweet potatoes. It's only 1/2 cup, about a medium sweet potato if you was baking it from start. So that's 1/2 cup. 2 eggs at room temperature, 2 packages of rapid rise yeast, 3.5 cups of all-purpose flour, and you're going to need 1/2 cup of warm water. Not hot, but warm. But you know we can't fellowship without Lippy having a cup of coffee. Good morning. How are y'all? I'm fixing to pick you up and I'm going to move you this away. Because at your request, and I don't remember, there was quite a few ladies that said, can you make the sweet potato bread recipe? Because I had mentioned that I would make bread. Well, we're making sweet potato bread. Now, you can also use pumpkin. So, if you don't like the sweet potato, or you don't have sweet potatoes and you got pumpkin, the baking pumpkins now, just use that. But I'm going to show you what I'm actually using. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. Let me go to the refrigerator, and I'm going to show you where I pulled my 1/2 cup of sweet potatoes from. Before I show you the sweet potatoes, look at that pie. Remember, that's what we made the other day. See, I've done good. Buddy got a slice. I got 2 slices. But y'all, this has been my afternoon snack. But on Sunday, I guess it was Sunday, I had made candied yams, sweet potatoes. Because remember, we made this pie using 3 of the red sweet potatoes. But on Sunday, I had made a pot of candied yams. Now, you can see see the liquid? All I did was scoop out enough sweet potatoes for 1/2 cup, and I whisk and whisk and whisk with just a fork. But what I'm going to do with these sweet potatoes is I'm going to pull them out of the juice, set them in a strainer, let all the juice get off of them, and then I'm going to whip these up, and I'm going to freeze them with 1/2 cup to each freezer bag. I should get probably 4 bread cookings out of this. So this is a good way to use up your candied yams, but make sure you keep the liquid out of it. So I'm just going to mix these up later on this afternoon, divide it up to 1/2 cup measures, put it in freezer bags, and for Thanksgiving and Christmas, we will have sweet potato rolls. And that's what we're making tonight. So I'll get this back in the fridge, get the pie back, a little sip of coffee. Oh my word. And we fixing to rock this bread recipe out, okay? Get your pen and paper. This is stupid easy. Anybody can make this. I promise you. Oh yeah, you can see. This is the bowl that we're gonna mix in and everything. In goes my 1/2 cup of very warm water. The first package of rapid yeast. The second package. Now, the sugar, I'm going to borrow about a teaspoon, okay, of it. I'm going to give this a good stir. Now, I won't be putting this in my KitchenAid. You can and use the dough hook. I prefer my dough spatula. If you don't have one of these, they are amazing. Okay, 7 minutes. Set it to the side. 7 minutes. That's time for coffee. As you can see, our yeast is alive. You see the bubbles coming in? We're 5 minutes into it. And this is what you want to see. Now, if you have some yeast that has expired by a month or two, you could have added 1/4 cup of your all-purpose flour, stirred lightly, and that would have helped activate the yeast so it comes back alive. It has something to eat on. So don't fret if you look in your cabinet and you say, oh, my yeast went out a month ago. You can still use it. Just add a little bit of flour so that yeast has something to eat on. So we're almost there. You can see it just moving. Beautiful. I am happy with this. When I turn the bowl, I don't see it shift to the sides. That means it has bloomed to its capacity. So using room temperature eggs, I just helped them along. I'm gonna put that right in the middle. Perfect. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt. That was that teaspoon of salt because I am using salted butter. I'm gonna add in my sugar. Now you see I'm dumping this. Now we're gonna give it a good mix, combined all of this. And like I said, you can use a dough hook on your mixer. But I try to cook most times using utensils because you never know if you're in a situation where you're not gonna have power. I'm going in with the 3 tablespoons of melted butter, and like I said, this was salted butter. If you were using unsalted butter, increase your salt to a tablespoon, okay? Now, here is my mashed sweet potatoes. There again, you can use pumpkin. This is 1/2 cup. Let me get a spatula. I want to make sure I get it all out because that's the star of the show, right? Okay, I've got me a spatula here. Yes, indeed. Y'all will be making these every year. I promise you. Now we're going to get this good and combined. Look at that color, y'all. Am I moving the bowl where you can't see? No, I think you can see. Perfect. Okay, now, with our 3½ cups of all-purpose flour, you do not want to put it in all at one time. So what I do is I just keep it in my sifter, and I just go in probably a good 50%. That looks good. Move it over to my bowl. Gonna go in with some more. Can y'all see? Yeah, you can see. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. Let me add the rest. Let's see where we're at. Get that out of my way. I want to stay in the camera. I'm gonna end up using the whole 3½ cups. Okay. There we go. Move that out of the way. And once I get it well and combined, we're gonna pull it out and get it shaped. Okay, y'all, I'm just gonna put a little bit of flour on my board. Not much, just sling the excess off to the side. We're just trying to dust it. Now, let me come over here, gather my dough. Look at that. Okay. Now, I want it to sit here for just a minute, and I'm gonna wipe my bowl out. Get a little flour on my hands. And now, we have got to knead this for about 3 minutes. And I just normally just push, fold, push, and you see that I am turning. And if it's a little sticky, just get you a little flour on your hands. Well, y'all just saw my light take off. Yeah, I'm using Buddy's flashlight so y'all can see. Let's see. There you go. Y'all, I am a professional filmer, huh? You'll start feeling the dough get very, very smooth. Okay. Now we're just gonna twist it. See how, I'm gonna turn it upside down. Do you see how I'm twisting it? I am very, very happy with this. Now, in the bowl, just vegetable oil. I'm just gonna coat it very well, all the way around. Into the bowl, turn it around, flip it over, back over, and we're good. Now, I'm gonna take just clear wrap, like saran wrap. I'm gonna pull it down tight. And then I'm gonna cover it with a towel. I'm gonna set this on the stove, but the stove is not on, but it's out of the air vents, 1 hour. Now, if you have air vents in your kitchen that's blowing, you can set that bowl in your oven. Y'all need to start this in the morning though, because it rises twice. This is the first rise, and then when we make our rolls, they're gonna rise again for another hour. So you kind of got to plan ahead, but really and truly, you saw, I could have done this in less than 5 minutes, but I was trying to go slow so you could see every step. I got to clean the evidence off. Buddy always comes, he says, you must have been using my flashlight. Y'all, I leave evidence on it. Look at that, y'all. Time got away from me. It went an hour and 15 minutes, which is not a problem. I got busy. Now, normally you'll see people punch it down, right? I prefer to roll it out. Look at that. It never dried out. You see that oil that was in it? It kept it from sticking, and it never, ever dried out. Now, I'm just going to even it up. I've got very little flour on this surface. And I do have me a cookie sheet. And I've got it lined with a silicone mat. And what I'm going to do to help me work with it easier is I'm just going to cut it. We're going to set that piece to the side. Now, this is where I get the air out of mine. I mash mine. To me, it's easier than trying to burp it, as my mom would call it, in your bowl. But you really want to mash it and get the air out. Now, as you can see, I am actually squaring mine off because it's going to make it easier for me to cut it. Okay? Looks good. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be off camera or not. I hope I'm not. Tell you what I'll do. I'm just going to turn it. There we go. And I'm just going to do the same thing. You see, my style of baking, I'm not real delicate. As long as your measurements are right, your method is right, it works, guys. Okay, now, I just want to get a little bit of flour, not much, on my dough cutter. Now, you could use a pizza cutter. I've done that too. And what I'm trying to do is get even pieces. I imagine them bakers out there done rubbed their head again today. Okay, now this is where I'm going to come in and cut. Each one in half except the ends, okay? You want them uniform. I didn't leave myself much room to show you guys, but maybe you'll get the idea. I'm gonna take my piece and I'm gonna stretch it and I'm just gonna fold it under. You see what I'm doing? I'm folding it under. That's how we're getting the shape of our rolls. Now, I'm gonna take it. I don't have much flour here, watch. Maybe that much. You don't want a lot of flour, you want a slick surface. And with my hand cupped and the friction of this surface that's smooth, there is my ball. I'm gonna set it over, okay? We're gonna do another one. Now, if you wanted to make buns with these, and I have, of course, you're gonna need larger cuts and you're gonna smash, well, let me show you. You'll understand because I don't wanna say smashed. Okay, let me get my ball going. Okay, I'm almost there. Now, what I mean by smashed is just like that. Then it'll spread as it rises and make a flatter circular, and you could use it as a bun, okay? And I'm not making large. You could have probably got 18 rolls out of this. I'm making small rolls. Okay, I got plenty more to do. I should have made bigger ones, but I really wanted to put these in the freezer since I was taking the time to do the video. So y'all get the gist. I got a little piece right there. I'm just going to tuck it in. Now some people ball it up like this. See? I just find that the warmth of my hand and this counter gives me a smoother ball. All right, I got more to go. I turned the camera back on as I was rolling. Y'all see this? That was a piece of sweet potato. Just gonna chunk it. So you may find that, and it's okay. It doesn't affect it. You could leave it in, but I think appearance-wise, I wouldn't. So I just chunked it. It's the only one that I saw, so not so bad. Okay, I made rolls here, and then I pulled my dough together, and I got 6 buns. That way y'all can see the difference. Now, you can make your rolls larger than this. This is gonna be the perfect size for what I wanna do with them. All I'm gonna do is set these in my oven with no heat on for 45 minutes to an hour. And you definitely want to keep some airflow, okay? First one going in. Because you need to let them rise again, and then we'll get ready to bake them. Now, if you've been cooking, say it's a holiday, then you would cover them with a cotton cloth like I had done earlier and set them out of an airway, you know, an air vent. But since I'm not using the oven and I haven't used it, I'm gonna let them rise in the oven. So 45 minutes to an hour. Okay, I just pulled the rolls out and I've got my oven preheating at 400. I've just got an egg wash, just a beaten egg with a little bit of milk. You can use water too. And I'm just coating the top. I'm preheating the oven, shouldn't take long. And I'm gonna bake them 12 to 15 minutes, just a golden brown. 14 minutes in the oven. Oh, I wish the camera was showing it. It's not white, it's golden. Oh, my lighting is not right. And here are the buns. But remember, I took 2 pieces and made them larger, so that's why you have the separation, because, which is no big deal, they'll still cut in half, but look at that. But that's why you have this, because I just grabbed 2 of the smaller pieces. But we're gonna try one. It smells amazing. And like I said, see, that's up to us. Now this is my family. This is the perfect size dinner roll. You know, one person get 2 or 3, but it's not a hunker. That is just the perfect dinner roll. You see, I keep picking it up because I want to try it for y'all. You could have made this into a loaf. Where I had cut the dough ball in half. You could have shaped it long ways, gently rolled it over, and set each one in a loaf pan. Allow it to rise the second time like this. Give it an egg wash. Bake it still at 400 degrees, you know, until golden. I'm thinking probably 20 minutes, if that. But we prefer the rolls. I can freeze these now. Set them on the counter, 10, 15 minutes with a paper towel on them. They thaw, and then you can just lightly warm them in your warmer or in the oven after the oven's been turned off, and you'll never know that they were frozen. And that small batch made, let's see, 8, 16, 24 small ones, and 6 hamburger buns. Whoa, that's hot. Let me try it again. Now, they could have been larger, but like I said, I wanted to go ahead and just add 2 pieces together. My dough, you'll have to cut them larger now. And then you mash them. As you can see, well, see how that turned like that? That's because I rolled another piece in there. But this is the perfect hamburger size. You know, cut it in half, put you some ham. Life is good. All right. I'm going to try this. Look at that steam. But I want you to see, look how fluffy, okay? I'm going to mash it. Look at this. See the give? You see that? It's got a little air pocket right there. Look at that. See that? It's got a great, great give to it. And that's what you want. It's really a no-fail recipe. Okay, here goes. Y'all. See, it's not sweet. I'm getting that back sweet potato, but not overpowering. Hold on, it's missing something. Hang on. Y'all know what it was missing. Some butter. Oh, hot dog. Here you go. Ladies. Nothing like that butter on a hot roll. Here's your recipe. It's no fail. And it's simple. Now, as you can see, I had my dough hook till I got it mixed, and then I left it in camera. I took the dough hook out, and I just folded it with my hands. You can use the KitchenAid mixer with your dough hook, and that's fine. But literally, it took me less time than hooking all of that up because I just folded it, removed the dough spatula, and worked it with my hands. Because you don't want to overwork it. This is a very soft, soft roll. All right. I could just sit here and just eat like 4, 5, but I can't. 1 is all I get right now. I'll get another one an hour from now. But as always, stay safe, stay well, and God bless. Here's to the holidays.